I'm Vivian Shu from the Department of Psychology, and I'd like to share a little story with you about my brand new senior seminar capstone course. As a designated high impact practice, capstones are supposed to be culminating experiences that require our seniors at the end of their college years to create a project of some sort that integrates and applies what they've learned. As part of the Provost professional learning community on capstones, I designed my course with the desired end in mind. And I'll show you that end in a few minutes, but you'll have to stick around to see it. For now, you can see here what I did not want. I don't want our students to graduate feeling like this poor guy. I don't want them to dread the question they'll hear again and again. So what are you going to do now? I'm currently teaching my senior seminar in psychology for the first time. Capstones are to be constructed around program learning outcomes. This is a central element. For my course, this was a given because it was built around the 5 APA goals for undergraduate majors. We have 7 modules, and the middle 5 each address one of those goals. But first, we had Module 0, which explored the question, "Where are you now?" and introduced the theme for the class. Give a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, and he'll eat for a lifetime. I wanted them to have the big picture, and I wanted to be transparent about the main goal, which was that I would help them learn to help themselves. Once they knew where they were starting from, we moved into Goal 1, Knowledge Base in Psychology. In this module, they wrote an APA-style review paper exploring their desired career field and one discipline or subdiscipline of psychology that could be applied therein. They summarized the research of that area, applied 2 relevant theories, and reviewed 2 current journal articles. In Module 2, we focused on scientific inquiry and critical thinking. While they had taken the Myers-Briggs in Module 0, here they had to consider it critically by evaluating its validity and reliability as a means of deciding career. So they had to find, read, and apply empirical evidence as support for their arguments. The research method portion of Goal 2 spilled over to Module 3, which revolved around ethical and social responsibility in a diverse world. We worked on violence prevention with the Phoenix Center of Auraria. The students decided to conduct their class project exploring the phenomenon of victim blame in relation to psychological abuse. Goal 4 focuses on communication. The students wrote, workshopped, peer-reviewed a lot. Their collaborative project was done in small teams, which pushed interpersonal communication skills pretty hard. They also created a poster and an oral presentation that was successfully presented just this week to 3 representatives from the Phoenix Center. We're just beginning Module 5 on professional development. Jesse Roller from the Career Center will take the reins, and Monday they'll workshop their 1-minute job-seeking elevator pitches. Ultimately, they'll have an e-portfolio with a resume and cover letter, interviewing experiences, and steps laid out for a career plan A and a career plan B. So while I had the learning outcomes pretty well covered, there were still a lot of required elements laid out in the definition of capstones. One of these was the culminating experience, where students had to complete a major project that drew upon the previous learning. The research poster presentation that you see here is a great example of that. Another central element is integration. Capstone courses are supposed to encourage students to make connections and integrate learning that they've achieved across their courses in their major, courses outside their major, and their co-curricular experiences. Their APA occupational review paper asks them to do just that and is a prime example of this integration across their educational experience. The next required element is application. In their research project on victim blame, they had some tough issues to address. By applying their shared body of knowledge from other courses, they determined that leaving, or rather not leaving, is an important driver of victim blame. And as you see here, they found that our participants most commonly advise victims to just leave. For the next element of reflection, I'll share with you a student's reflection from the alignment assignment. Meeting all the required courses in specific and various fields seemed tedious and somewhat annoying at times, but after looking at the reasoning behind these policies, I have a new appreciation. Reviewing my transcript showed the diversity of my psychology courses. Significant feedback is another element. Our room is like the one shown here, cozy, small, and conference style. There were only 13 students in this class, which made it great. They got consistent and frequent individual feedback from me, and the groups got facilitation in an ongoing way. They also gave and got a lot of peer feedback throughout the class. The last required element is public presentation. We've already discussed this in Module 4, but I wanted to talk about one last important presentation that they'll give during finals. They have 5 minutes to present the highlights of their e-portfolio to our department chair. And no, that's not really him that you see on the right, but I photoshopped him in to help you imagine what it'll look like. That's quite a list, I know, but there are still some elements that are not required yet recommended, and I think they're important. First, collaborative assignments and projects. Group projects are my very favorite thing, said no college student ever, yet we know how important these soft skills are, so I help them to further develop and practice those skills by assigning them to groups based upon strengths and interests and scaffolding their collaborative efforts. I also had the students consider our course a professional experience. They were expected to communicate professionally in person and in writing. They were asked to dress appropriately and be on time and attend consistently. They got paid and got pay stubs with payment for satisfactory deliverables, incentives for going above and beyond, and lost wages for absences. Finally, drawing upon our village made this semester richer and more enjoyable for everyone. Thanks go to all these people and others, including our faculty advisors and our department chair. Thanks to Jesse Roller and the Career Center. Thanks to the Phoenix Center for their time, interest, and engagement. And thanks to the Human Resources Director from Detroit that video led a class for us. The hope is that our students will leave us with all the skills they should have, a crystallized sense of what they've learned and confidence in what they can do. This is a screenshot taken from the survey on APA goals that the students took. By the end of this capstone course, the students will know themselves better as CU Denver graduates, and in turn, the CU Denver Psychology Department will know more about its graduates. With the end in mind, so here we are at the last module, which I call Launch 2017. This is the end that I had imagined from the very beginning. Now when Uncle Ernie says, "Congratulations, graduate, now what are you going to do?" I want our students to feel really excited to tell him all about it.